But Bruno, anyway, let's answer the question. Is it worth the cost?
To get a coach?
Yeah.
That's a good question. So I'll assume people have the cash. If you don't have the cash, then it's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth going in debt or something. Mm-hmm. Unless it's really cheap debt. But anyway.
Okay, yeah, finance decision.
Yeah. But let's say you have the cash. I think ROI-wise, like, depends on your other career options, of course, but you're talking about maybe $1,000, $2,000 for a lot of coaching sessions, or if it's just a diagnosis, maybe $500 that you spend on that, compared to multiple six figures early in your career, and then even seven figures 8 or 10 years from now. So I think it's definitely worth it in that lens. Like, people get six-figure MBAs sometimes just to go into consulting. So why not spend, what you'd spend in a ski trip in your MBA to multiply your chances to get the offer?
Yeah.
So that's one way of seeing it. The other way of seeing it is compared to your other options, right? So you obviously have an option of preparing by yourself, and then you can use good quality materials, ours or others, or not.
Yeah.
I think if you really want to go into consulting, if you want to spend hundreds of hours preparing, getting good materials is a no-brainer decision.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm biased, but that's what I think. And then getting a coach, if you're stuck on something and you have the cash, it's a good decision as well. It's way more expensive, but yeah. So like in comparison, I guess it depends on your situation. If you're starting out, I wouldn't get a coach unless I was rich.
Yeah.
I were rich. How do you say that?
If I were rich. Yeah.
Okay. If I were rich, if I have I'll bring this to myself. Back when I was applying, I had my first interview of the final round with McKinsey, and the partner said that I was pretty good, but that I had to prepare more, especially on the PEI, for my second final round.
Yeah.
And because of scheduling, I had like 3 or 4 days between one interview and the other, despite them being the same round. And I got this coach, which was the best PEI coach there was. It was like $700 an hour. It was like the most expensive coach ever. He's not even coaching anymore. But I got this coach, and it was like it was a ridiculous amount of money. Like, I'm from Brazil. I don't even earn in dollars. And I paid for it because I was like, okay, I've been rejected once.
Yeah.
This is my last chance. I'm in the final rounds. The first partner liked me, but he gave me this very specific feedback. And I had some issues in the case as well. So I got this coach, and it was completely worth it. Like, I got the offer, right? Yeah. Like, what's that amount of money compared to even like what I spent in school through my lifetime, but even like per month. So in that sense, it was totally worth it, right? So I think it depends a lot in your situation. Like, I wasn't rich. I wasn't like, the cash was very significant to me, but it was completely worth it because I got the offer, right?
Yeah.
But even if I didn't get the offer, I had the peace of mind of having tried my best because it was my last chance, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it depends a lot on the situation, but it helps a lot and it pays off, right? So,
yeah, I think my take is similar to that. In the first scenario, I wouldn't hire a coach just for getting the first 10 cases. My opinions generally suck it up unless you're...
Well, if you had a large inheritance, I guess you would.
Yeah, then I wouldn't go to McKinsey still.
That's true. I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, so that's their decision. On scenario number 2, I think that it's definitely worth it, especially if you are stuck.
Yeah.
If you're not clear what your problem is, And
If you get varying feedback from different people
yeah,
and you don't suck, because sometimes you get varying feedback because you've done like 3 cases and you suck at everything. And that's
yeah, of
normal.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Like you've tried to do your own diagnostics a lot. You've done many cases. You've gone through our free course. It's not clear to you where you are, where you should be going, then that could be worth it. And for solving a specific skill, I think that it is worth it if you really need it, but generally a course will do the job.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Okay, I agree with you.